class it shouldn't take that long, honestly. I'm literally just going to go straight into showing you how to use Zoom and how to set that up. I'm then going to take you straight into Facebook and showing you how to set that up. And then at the end, I'm going to ask you just about your, you know, ideas that you may have about a possible computer class. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and get started shortly. After our training session, upper management wants me to keep track of, you know, how we're doing with our training and everything. So if you have any feedback for me, anything that you feel will improve the training, please be, you know, honest, so they kind of know what we can do to improve. If you like the training, also let them know that as well, so they actually know I'm doing my job, right? And I'm not just chilling in my bed at home. But we're going to go ahead and get started. So let me pull up this account. All right, so I'm going to share my screen with you really quick. And you know what? I'm actually going to use this property as my guinea pig. So I'm going to share my screen with you. And all right, so let's say that I hope you all are doing well. You know, my name is Jeanatai. I'm the training manager at Bridge MLS. We're super excited to have you all here today. And like I said, today's class is strictly going to just be showing you how you go about creating and generating a live stream URL via Zoom or Facebook to host your live stream open house. And so what we're going to be doing is first, just going to show you the basics, okay? We're going to start here. Let's pretend that you are me, okay? So you are me, you have just filled out your entire listing, okay? It's ready to go live. You're making it live, boom, you press this live button, save listing, and now the listing is live. So now you're back inside of your listing, and now you have these additional awesome options because you know that these options here under maintain listing do not appear until you make the listing live, right? So once you make the listing live and you have all these options and you're ready to add your open house, you're going to click add edit open house. Okay, and then it's going to bring you to this page with which you can click add new. All right, now you're going to paste the live stream URL that you generate from Zoom here, or you can paste the URL that you will generate from Facebook here in this section. I'm going to show you how to generate that from both platforms. And we'll walk through the process of setting it up completely. Now, I won't actually save it on here, right? Because this is someone's actual live listing. And so I don't want to tamper with their listing in any way. So you will not see me save it. You will see me cancel, okay? But you want to make sure that you're clicking the save button because you'll be doing it to your listing. All right, so we are starting off here with adding a new listing. So first things first, I'm going to show you how you would go about, if this is your listing, how you can set it up using Zoom, okay? So first things first, we're going to go into our Zoom account. Let's say that we've signed into our Zoom account, and now we want to go ahead and schedule a new meeting. Just so you all know, with webinars, you only really, it's not like a meeting style, so you're not seeing, in my classes, how you can see other faces or at least other people's names. It's not kind of a classroom style. So with the webinars, it's strictly, you see my screen and you don't see anyone else's screen. You can just see how many participants are in the live stream at that time. And then with a meeting enables you to have like a classroom style where we have this set up. So I'm sure in addition to you seeing my face, you might also see other boxes with Rick's name on there, Barry's name on there, Mia's name, or her picture, and so on and so forth, okay? So first you want to determine what kind of style of a conference you want to have. Do you want to have a webinar or do you want to have a meeting? I would encourage you to do a meeting, but again, you can do whatever you choose. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to select schedule a meeting, okay? And then you're going to, what I would probably do is live stream open house. Okay, I'm going to go back to Paragon where I already have my information for my open house, and I'm going to copy and paste my address, okay, which is here. This is in Oakland. Okay, great. So I'm going to copy my address, right, and the listing number. I'm going to go back to Zoom and I'm going to paste that in this section. All right, so they should be able to know that this is the correct live stream open house by either identifying or matching it to the listing number or identifying and matching it to the actual address. Okay, let's make sure it looks visible. There we go. All right, so now we can put in our description of the property. What can you put in here? You want to put, you can reiterate what you already have, live stream open house. You can put the dates and times. It's not necessary because they'll be able to see the dates and times, but you can reiterate what you have in the subject line, right? And then you can go back to Paragon and you can scroll down to your remarks and just copy and paste your public remarks in the description section. So I'm right-clicking my mouse, I'm hitting copy, and I'm going to Zoom, and I'm just going to go ahead and paste that in there. Okay. Now, I also want to include information like shown by appointment information, because you know, if you don't feel that a virtual showing, a one-on-one showing via a third-party conferencing platform is feasible for you, you are able to basically do an in-person showing, but it has to be by appointment only. So in that case, I would put, if interested, I would say one-on-one appointments available. In caps, shown by appointment only. Call me at, and then you would enter in the number or email at to schedule an appointment. Okay. So you have the live stream open house, you have the listing number and the address, you have a little description of the property, and you have one-on-one appointments available, shown by appointment only, call me at, enter your number, or email to schedule an appointment, okay? After you have entered in whatever verbiage you feel you'd like to add, see a chat in here. Someone said it's very difficult to hear me. It stopped many times. Is anyone else hearing that? Does anyone else have that issue? I think it might be your Wi-Fi, because I know yesterday you had the same problem. If it's hard for you to hear me, let me know in the comments. Oh, okay. If it's hard for you to hear me, if you're listening to me right now, one of our members is having trouble hearing me, and I just want to see if that is the same for the other members in the chat or in our session today. So if you are, because if that's the case, I do need to have our IT guy look at my setup here. But thank you for letting me know that. So if you are in this session, if you can let me know if it's hard to hear. Okay, yeah, you said yes, it is hard to hear. Okay. For letting me know that. That's really important. Yes, it's hard to hear. Does my voice sound muffled? Does it sound muffled, or is it just cutting in and out? Is it muffled, or is it cutting in and out? I'm going to try to set up my mic really quick and see if that makes a difference. Okay. There? I talk into the mic, is that clear for you? Or is it still hard for you to hear? You can let me know in the comments. I want to make sure you can hear what it is I'm saying. All right, so if this is not improving, let me know just in the chat there so I can let our IT guy know we can figure this out. Anywho, we're going to move on here. So with our, and thank you for letting me know that. So we're going to move on. After we've entered in our verbiage for our live stream open house, we're going to set up the dates and times. Okay. So first thing we're going to do is, I know that I want my open house to be on Saturday, which is tomorrow. And one thing about open houses is you'll notice people do not have them as long as they would have usually had like a live stream open house or an in-person open house, which is usually 2 hours. I've seen live stream open houses. The longest I've seen it be is 1 hour. Usually people will have between 30 minutes to 1 hour. So I'm going to say, I'm going to make mine 45 minutes, which means that between 12 o'clock and 12:45 p.m., people will be able to click on that link that will be generated from Zoom to be able to ask me questions about that property. Okay. So I'm going to set up my date and time for the 8th at 12 o'clock for 45 minutes. I do want registration to be required because I want to see how many people are going to be in attendance. When I am doing the live stream open house, I'm going to be focused on talking about the property, might not be able to catch how many participants are in there all at one time. So I'm just going to make sure that the registration is required. So when it's done, I can go back and look at how many people attended and then follow up with them to see if they're interested in scheduling one-on-one showings. Okay. If you do not want it to be required, that's totally fine. It's totally up to you. Now, moving onward to, you can have security, you can have a passcode. It's really up to you if you want a passcode or not, whatever you feel like is best for you. As far as the video, this is telling you what do you want to be displayed when you start the video. So for the host, which is you, do you want people to be able to see your face? Like you all can see my face right now. If that's the case, then you want to put on. If you don't want people to see your face, meaning that you want it to be like this, which is you totally just saw me remove myself. If you want it to be like this, then you want to make sure that you select the off option. And then same idea with your participants. If you want your participants to have their video on, you just go ahead and select on. If you don't want to see their faces, you go ahead and select off, okay? Audio, I would encourage you to keep it on for both, whether you open up a discussion at the end for people to just ask questions, or you know, maybe have one-on-ones and you're talking to someone after everyone else has left the meeting. Here at the bottom for meeting options, enable join before host means that you allow people to come on to your meeting before you are on there. So let's say it starts at 12 and someone is on at 11:50, okay? If you enable join before host, they'll be able to just sit there and wait until you get on to your meeting. I do not like that, so I usually never do that. I always mute participants upon entry, which means that as people are coming into your session, everyone is automatically muted. So if you're already talking, no one is like interrupting you or no background noise is interrupting you, okay? If you have an alternative host, if you are doing this live stream open house with a co-lister, or if you are doing this with a colleague, you can add in their email. And if something crazy happens, or maybe they're not able to attend the live stream open house or host it, with the email being added, you are able to be an alternative host to this event, okay? So after you've set all this up, again, we have our subject, we have our description, we have the dates and times that we've set it up for. And so we're going to scroll down and select save. And now after we select save, you can see, I got you, no problem. I understand. After this is saved, you are going to copy this link, okay? So we're going to copy this link like so. We're going to copy, and then we're going to run over to Paragon, okay? And we're going to select Add Edit Open House right here. All right, let me make sure I'm still sharing my screen. Awesome. We're going to select Add Edit Open House. We're going to select Add New, okay? And we're going to paste the URL into this section, like so, okay? So that is how you paste the URL. Now we're going to proceed with setting up the live stream open house in Paragon with the same exact date and times that we did in Zoom. So it's going to be on August 8th, right, at 12 o'clock. From 12 o'clock to 12:45 p.m. Okay. And then with the comments, I'm going to just literally copy and paste the description in this section back into Paragon. okay? And then you can go ahead and save it and you're done. Does anyone have any questions on how to generate a link using Zoom? Any questions? Any questions? All right, awesome. So I'm going to cancel this. And I'm going to move on to Facebook. So everyone has a Facebook, right? Facebook is awesome. It's a great way for you to put yourself out there to gain new prospective buyers, and also to do things like create events. So one of the ways that you can create an event is by going to your Facebook, all right? So this is my Facebook for the MLS. And over to the left-hand side, or not even over to the left-hand side, if I scroll down in the middle, we can see a lot of active, cool people. I should probably add my coworker here, right? Like that's pretty important. After you add in you're into your Facebook, over to the left-hand side, you can see they have friends, messenger, pages, marketplace, etc. And they have this little cool feature called events, okay? So whenever you want to create an event through Facebook, you want to click on events to get started. So we're going to click on events, okay? And as the right side of my screen is loading, over to the left-hand side is where you're going to create your event. So there is a create event button on that screen. You're going to select create new event. And then over to the left-hand side, you're going to select what kind of privacy you want to have for this event. Is it a private event? Only invited guests can see this event, or is it a public event? Anyone can see this event. I'm going to make this public because I want everyone to know about this event, right? So I'm going to make it public, and then I'm going to hit the next button here at the very bottom. And now I'm going to add in this important information like the location, the address, and things like that. So first things first, I'm going to add in the address. So I'm just going to go back to Paragon. You see all I'm doing is toggling between these tabs here that I have open. So I have my Zoom tab open, my Facebook tab, and my Paragon tab. I'm going to go back to Facebook, and I'm going to paste the address. You see it'll come up right there with no problem. I'm going to enter in the start date, and this is going to match the exact date that I have in Paragon or that I had in Zoom, right? So the start date is going to be on August 8th at 12 o'clock p.m., right? We want to make sure we are not making people come in the middle of the night. And then the end date is also going to be August 8th at 12:45 p.m., okay? Now, with the event name, that's really easy peasy. You can type out the event name, okay, which in this case would be live stream open house, and you can put in the address of the event, okay? Because I believe in working smart and not hard, I'm just going to copy and paste this because I know it's already done on this end. But you would just, type it out really fast like so. We're going to paste that like there. And as you see, as I'm filling out this criteria over here on the left-hand side, this information is filling up here on the right-hand side, which is exactly what we want. Now for the description, remember you've already had your description done because you've done your confidential remarks, right? In your public remarks. So you can go back to your public remarks and you can copy and paste this and put that into your description like so. All right, and then after you put in your description, you can then put shown to show by appointment. Call me at 510. Okay, and I would say to show by appointment only. Call me at, enter in your number or your email, okay? Just put that in here, or email me at, like so. Alrighty, and then after you have that taken care of, you're going to scroll down, and if you'd like, you can upload a photo from your listing, okay? Now, you already know how to kind of upload photos because you upload photos into our database all the time. So you're just going to upload photo. You're going to click upload photo. It's going to tap into your computer files. You're going to upload the photo of the property. If you need to add in any co-hosts, same idea with Zoom. If you have anyone, maybe a co-listing agent that's going to be doing this live stream open house event with you, you can go ahead and add them as a co-host. If not, you can move forward. You don't need to add a ticket link. This is not an event you're charging for, right? Live stream open houses are free. This is just trying to get people's attention to the event. And so you're going to, you can type in keywords if you like. I bypass that because I don't really feel like that's necessary. You can scroll down and then you can just go ahead and hit create. All right. Now, once you select create, you'll see your event all set up there for you. And now what you can do is with this invite button, actually, you don't even need this. You can just use this here. Take this URL, copy it, and you can paste that into Paragon. Let me see. Yeah, you don't need to generate a URL, but let me try to get that. No, I don't want to add an event. Yeah, we're just going to do, here is link.com. All right, so we've added the event. Now we're going to just copy this URL right here. Okay. And you're going to go back into Paragon. You're going to select Add Edit Open House. You're going to select Add New, and then you're going to paste that URL into that space right there. Okay. You're going to then proceed with setting up your open house view. So it's going to be August 8th from 12 o'clock to 12:45 p.m. Okay. And then you're going to proceed with copying and pasting that information that you set up here. We're going to copy that and we're going to paste it into the description or comment section in the description there. And then you can go ahead and hit save. Now, the reason why you can copy and paste this link is because whenever, if I were to go to this, let me just copy this and go to this in this tab, it would take us to the event like so, okay? And then when people go to this event, they can go ahead and get in and access it. Or you can click that invite button. Oh, it'll make you log in. Okay, that's great. But so you just want to copy and paste this link into your Paragon account where it says live stream URL. And then people, when they click on the link, it'll take them to a page like so, where they'll be able to get more information about it. Now, in our case, you don't need tickets because this is a free event. No one will need tickets. They just need to be able to click on it to access it at the time of the event, and that's pretty much it. Now, does anyone have any questions for me? Any questions about the live stream URL? And obviously, you're not going to access this event until the date and time of the event, right? And once you access it and start it up, then people will be able to join in and watch you virtually, okay? So that is pretty much how you would go about setting up your live stream URL links. Do you have any questions about anything that we've reviewed today? Any questions? Does anyone have any questions? Alrighty. Well, if no one has any questions, I have a question for you. Do you all have any suggestions on any kind of, as far as computer classes, things that you do not feel that you are so tech savvy on that you'd like to learn more about? Is there anything that comes to mind that you can think of? Anything that comes to mind as far as you understanding computers? And when I say understanding computers, I mean like knowing what a browser is, what a URL is, the difference between Safari, Firefox, Chrome, Edge, Internet Explorer. Do you all have any suggestions on any classes? Alrighty. Well, if no one has any suggestions or any questions for me, it was a pleasure training you today.
Thank you.
No problem. I'm going to go ahead and send